easy question I have to say.
Yes, ganyan na ganyan yung itsura niya.
Let's do it! What the hell? Like, it's me. And say, oh my God.
It was like, holy beep. What's this going on? Because even now I get like speechless.
Why is it important for a beauty queen to have a good?
You do not know how to speak your mind. You're not going to give your organization much credibility for what you're really fighting for.
Beauty queen doesn't mean perfection. Now I feel embarrassed to say this, but I'm going to do it because that's how I am. So I'm just gonna go.
My wave became the Miss International wave. Right, Steven?
I have become a patent.
Ito naman yung bumaba. Sabi ko, oh my God, kasi nastrabi mo ng planet Hall. Tapos pag inaangat ko, hinihila niya. So ako, angat siya. Hinihila. Ganun kami.
My travels. I love my travels.
I would just want it to be that I gave something back that made them happy.
Money or love?
Love.
Good afternoon, Manila. This is your Missology International Correspondent, Amir Gamama, and welcome back to Missology Beauty Talks. Na-miss ko ito ng sobra. After Miss Universe, this is the first time again that we go back to Missology Beauty Talks. And before I say anything else, I'd like to introduce to you my co-host, the famous Missology editor from Missology, Drew Francisco. Hi, Drew.
Hi, Amir. It feels so good to be back online. Parang kailan lang when we had our special episode for the 69th Miss Universe, and now we are back with another surprise episode for you today. And we won't be keeping this any longer. Amir, I know you're very excited to meet her. Please introduce our special guest for today.
There's no more word to describe, but this is one of my favorite.
Yes. Yep. Naputol si Amir, but I think what he wanted to say is she is one of his most favorite winners of Binibining Pilipinas to date. And there's no other introduction needed. Binibining Pilipinas International 2021, Hannah Arnold. Hi, Hannah.
Hi, Sir Drew. Hi, Sir Amir. Oh, he's gone. Oh no.
Yep.
Thank you so much for having me, Missology. Hi, everyone.
Yep. It's our pleasure to have you on the show. We're very excited for this interview. And I know it's been 11 days since you were crowned as a Binibining Pilipinas queen. So how has your life changed so far?
Oh my gosh. Actually, that's the first time I heard it's already been 11 days. It just feels like yesterday. It's really a dream come true. As cliche as that sounds, this is what many girls have dreamed of, winning the Binibining Pilipinas crown. So I really feel like I am living a fairy tale, and especially these interviews have really helped me use my voice, and I'm so grateful for what's to come next.
Yes, so the past 2 weeks, so per se, has been all about your media tour. So have you adjusted already to being a Binibini title holder?
Yes, well, I think we are the first batch of queens that have experienced everything being online. So in a way, it's a blessing that we're able to just roll out of bed and then quickly set up the laptop rather than traveling around. But I do wish we could experience that. So I hope very soon we will experience what the past queens did and go out in the communities. But I'm super grateful to BPCI for, still keeping these interviews going and keeping us all safe.
Yes, and as a Miss Philippines, there's always pressure. And now that you are Binibining Pilipinas International, and you are set to compete in an international stage with the Philippine sash across your chest, feel mo na ba yung pressure, and how are you handling the instant fame that comes with being Binibining Pilipinas?
Oh, honestly, right now, I haven't felt any pressure. All the comments that I've seen have been so uplifting. I really feel like everyone believes that if I'm just myself on that stage, I might be able to bring home the 7th crown. Hi, Sir Amir. Welcome back.
Yeah, it's back.
I'm sorry. Go on.
Wow, the
Yes.
blue connection.
Yeah, full connection.
Yes. So honestly, right now, I'm not feeling any pressure. I think everyone is really seeing my genuine heart with this. So maybe closer to Miss International, I might feel a little bit of it, but I'm sure that I can overcome it because I'm surrounded by an amazing support team. And sorry, what was the second part of the question again?
Um, how what was it? How are you handling the instant fame that comes with
Oh.
being a title holder?
Yes, honestly, I'm so amazed. Online, I've gained so many more friend requests, a lot of followers, and I'm so excited that people are willing to listen to what I have to offer. So, as I said, I've had a lot of interviews, but maybe in the next few weeks, I will use that fame for good. Maybe I'll start some more donation drives for communities that are still needing help during this pandemic. Honestly, it's so nice to wake up and then I have so many messages of support already. It's a great way to start the day.
Yes, and I mentioned earlier about the instant fame about that comes with winning. But is there something else about you that we people still do not know?
Ooh, so I have said this in some interviews, but something that people definitely wouldn't know about me is I do have two different shaped ears. So one is shaped like my mom's, and one is shaped like my dad's. And really, this always reminds me to remember my heritage. I'm Filipino Australian. I'm proud for the cultures that I immersed myself in growing up, and really people tell me I have really good hearing because of these ears. So I think on this journey, I'll really use it and listen to the community and everyone.
Yes. And at this point, we will take a short break from the questions and we will do a quick
Okay.
game. So, in this game called This or That. So, Amir, what are the mechanics of this or that?
Okay. Actually, I am so very excited, Drew, to know more about Hannah and her journey to the crown. And before that, I'd like to break the ice first and play a little game in this segment called This or That. We will ask you to pick between two words or two scenarios and just explain to us briefly why you choose that. So, Hannah, are you ready?
Yes. Let's go. Laban lang.
Okay, who's ready?
Okay.
Drew.
Okay. The first item, dogs or cats?
Ooh, syempre dogs. I do have a chihuahua named Nala. I
Mhm.
as much as I love cats also, but it's so hard when you want to pat them and hold on to them. They just jump away. Whereas the dogs are so happy to give you a hug when you get home from work. So dogs.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Okay. The next one, Facebook or Instagram?
Ooh, actually I think Facebook because a lot of my older relatives are on Facebook. So I love that they always share what they're eating or when they have family gatherings. And of course, I get to see, it reminds me of when it's their birthday. So I remember to greet them. So Facebook.
Yes, I can relate to that. Facebook reminding us
Yes.
of the birthdays of our loved ones. Okay. The next
Yes.
one, medyo pageant related, swimsuit or evening gown?
Ooh, I do have to commend all the swimsuit designers and everything. But I think with evening gown, it really allows us to showcase more of our personality and the really unique and creative designs of the evening gown designers. So I would choose evening gown.
Yes, and while we're talking about evening gown, I just want for you to take this opportunity to give a shout out to your evening gown designer.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Hi, Sir Leo. If you're watching, Sir Richard, thank you so much for making my princess queen dreams come true. I'm so proud. I'm sure Masbate is so proud because Sir Leo is also from Masbate. So the fact that we had this
Okay. Hi, sir.
collaboration, yes. I think this collaboration was such a gift to the Masbateños, and I know we will think of something really beautiful for Miss International also.
Yeah, I remember during that night, I was reading a lot of tweets. They're saying that Miss Masbate is having her debut party
Yeah.
on the Mini Mini stage. So that was a
Yes.
really nice way for you to remember you during that night.
Oh, thank you. Actually, I realized it does look like my debut dress. However, I wore
Mhm.
blue, but actually, it's really similar.
Okay, the next one: sneakers or high heels?
Ooh, sneakers. Uh, Definitely because the past few weeks I've been wearing high heels all the time. So for now, I'll let my feet rest. Sneakers.
Yes. Okay, the next one: would you rather be able to fly or turn invisible?
Ooh, I would like to fly, especially with the ongoing pandemic and still the risks of being exposed to the virus. Being able to fly, I would be able to um, skip the crowds and then probably fly all the way to my family. So
Hmm.
yes, hopefully I'm able to fly soon.
Yes. Wish ko rin yan. The
Yeah.
next one: would you rather be on a survival reality show or a dating game show?
Oh, honestly, the survival shows are so hard. I wouldn't see myself making it past 5 days. So maybe a dating game show.
Pero among all the girls that we've
Uh,
interviewed, ikaw yung first na sumagot ng dating game show. So, maaalala ko to always. The next
If there's
one.
any okay, if there's
Yes,
anyone
go Hannah.
watching, anyone watching that for the love show, sign me up, Char.
Producers, please sign her up. Okay, the next one is another fun topic. Would you rather be in a zombie outbreak or an alien invasion?
Ooh, definitely an alien invasion. I've always been amazed by UFOs and life outside of Earth. So it would be cool, an alien invasion. I hope that I could communicate with them.
Okay, the next one. Would you rather lose all your old memories or never be able to make new ones?
Ooh, that's a difficult one. I think never be able to make new ones just because I do have a lot of loved ones and relatives that have passed away, and it would just be so heartbreaking not to remember them and the lessons that they've taught me. So um, I hope I never have to make this decision, but never be able to make new ones. I think I can accept that.
Yep. Okay, the next one. More time or more money?
Ooh, more time. And then I'll make the more memories. More time, definitely. I every day when the sun is already setting, I always wish there was more hours in the day.
Hmm. Okay, the next one is related to you being a beauty queen. Would you rather
Okay.
be criticized or ignored?
Oh, criticized because you can always make it constructive criticism, or you can be the one to choose to ignore it. But I'd hate to be ignored while I have this platform. That's really why us girls join and we put ourselves out there so that we can use our voice for the voiceless. So hopefully no one is ignoring me during this reign.
Yes, I love that. Using our voice for the voiceless. And finally, and Amir's favorite,
oh.
crown or romance?
Oh, crown, definitely. There's been so many sacrifices, not only my own, but my family, my trainers, my team. Definitely, romance can wait. Definitely the crown first. Our seventh crown for the Philippines.
Yep. Thank you, Hannah, for gamely answering our this or that questions. Na-enjoy ko
Thank
yon.
you.
And
Sobra.
kahit medyo mabilis, ang daming nuggets of wisdom from you. So, good job. So now I would like to pass the mic to Amir for the next
Oh,
set
I
of
hope
questions.
internet will be cooperating now.
Yes.
Anyway, at this point, Hannah, I'd like to ask you some questions now. People know you now as Binibining Pilipinas International, but who was Hannah before she joined beauty pageants?
Ooh, I was always a performer. I actually did ballet when I was younger, so I loved being on stage, dressing up, and being, I guess, the center of attention. So I was really that girl. And also in high school, I really would apply for those leadership roles. I was, we call it a house captain of our school. I was the leader of about 200 girls. So I really loved being that person that could speak up and, get the crowd's attention. So that was really me. And I think that's why when people started telling me, oh, you should join beauty pageants, that's why I didn't hesitate, because I really love being on the stage.
Or naghang yata si Amir. So I'll ask the next question. So Hannah, you mentioned earlier that you've been doing ballet and all that. But growing up, did it ever cross your mind that you will one day become Binibining Pilipinas?
Actually, no.
Mhm.
I mean, obviously, it was really a dream. Probably the dream started in 2014 when I joined Miss Philippines Australia. And then that's when people started comparing me to Pia. And I saw the crowning moments of Ati MJ. So from there, that's when I really started seeing how important and how powerful Binibining Filipinas was. But I didn't quite picture myself there just yet. I knew I had a lot more to learn before I could be like them. But definitely, when I was younger, I did picture myself as hopefully being a princess. But now I'm a queen. So I wish I could go back and tell my younger self that one day you'll be a queen.
Yes. So earlier you mentioned you competed in a pageant in Australia. So there was one question on Instagram I remember that wanted to ask you why represent the Philippines or why compete in the Philippines and not in Australia?
Yes. So, as again, it might sound cliche and everything, but growing up in Australia, I always felt like a part of me was not yet complete, that I didn't fully know my Filipino side of me. I have been visiting the Philippines ever since I was 6 months old. I was baptized in Masbate, and I think
Mhm.
that connection, that spiritual connection, really kept on bringing me back to the Philippines. And my parents knew that I would always ask, I want to go to the Philippines. Can I go study there? Can I stay there? And when my parents agreed that I could go to the Philippines, I realized, why not make it more purposeful? And if I want to be a beauty queen, do it all in one.
Mhm.
Learn more about my Filipino roots, join pageantry, and represent Masbate, because I'm really proud of my province also. So I mean, I don't have any bad words or anything against Miss Universe Australia or the Miss Australia pageants. They really do have good platforms also, but I just felt like I could have a bigger impact here.
Yes. And thanks to your parents for allowing you to come back to the Philippines. We finally saw you
Yes.
in
Yeah.
2018 in Binibining Pilipinas. So I know that 2019 wasn't as successful as your 2020 competition, but if you could differentiate to us, how different was it competing in the two editions of Binibining Pilipinas aside from the restrictions of the pandemic? What would be the
Mm-mm.
difference?
Definitely, the personal difference for me is that the Miss Universe crown was still in Binibining Filipinas in 2019. So I think there was the pressure for all of us girls to be that person that could bring that back to back after Catriona Gray. So I think we all suddenly were trying to be someone else. We were trying to be like her and hopefully be chosen as the representative. So I truly appreciate my team then. They really did help transform me, but I honestly wasn't truly myself. So this 2020, 2021, I really had the abilities to show my true personality. Like you said, in my evening gown, I was in pink. That's my favorite color. I was a lot more calm and just enjoyed the night. And I'm just so grateful that the judges appreciated that and they saw me, Hannah Arnold, on stage on July 11.
Okay. Drew, can hear you. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I was on
okay.
mute. Yeah, go Amir. Your question.
Now, Hannah, for the second time as a repeater, did you expect to win the top title? And what point in the competition did you feel that you have the shot of winning the crown?
Honestly, po, I wasn't that confident. As much as I really wanted to win the top crown, which is Binibining Pilipinas International, I prayed for it. I worked hard for it. I really dreamed about it, especially in the rehearsal week. But I still had doubts because there were so many other beautiful girls with beautiful stories competing with me. So I really knew it wasn't going to be easy. So really, even on coronation night, up until the crowning moment, I still had doubts. I still questioned whether I was going to be crowned that night. So I think if people rewatch the exact crowning moment when Catriona called my number, my province, my name, I was still so nervous because I really thought I would have to come back next year to achieve my dreams. So, yes.
Yeah. So before Amir asks the next question, I just want to ask Hannah. Aside from the crowning moment, which part of the competition was your favorite?
Yeah.
Oh,
Remember,
mhm. Sorry,
Yeah, go
Paul.
Hannah. Yes, go Hannah.
I'm sorry.
Which part of the competition was your favorite?
Definitely, I love the swimsuit. I love the evening gown, but the opening number, that is the thing that. First of all, the new theme song. It was a remixed, upbeat version of the usual theme song of Binibining Filipinas, and then the fact that all girls are there. We're just enjoying because no one knows yet who is going to be chosen. So we're really genuinely enjoying that moment. And one of the really beautiful things that Binibining Pilipinas did this year is instead of us introducing ourselves in the microphone, they had that flashback of us in our national costumes.
Yes.
And we got to describe the province we were representing. So I'm so glad that I was able to shout out that I am representing the rodeo capital of the Philippines, and then also have that video in the national costume. So that whole opening number is really remarkable. I think it's memorable for every girl.
So now, Amir, you're back. Amir, your question. Okay, nawala na naman siya. I'm sorry. So the next question is related to this photo that I will be flashing right now. So
Okay.
what was your reaction when they called Binibini 17 from Masbate as Binibining Pilipinas International? So Hannah, could you take us back to this very moment and what was running through your mind?
Yes, so I was actually the candidate that was closest to Ati Catriona and Ati Nicole. So I was thinking maybe if I look over there, I can see the envelope. So I was really, I was really nervous. So I really tried to look away. I was too shy if I was going to look over that direction. And for those who have been on stage before, you can see the cameras because there's a red dot, a red light shining. So the production team kept on reminding us that whenever you see the red dot, that means there's a camera on you. And so really the whole night I was just remembering my parents, my family, my relatives, my supporters, they're all on the other side of that red dot. So I think I was really looking for all the red dots out there in the darkness of the Colosseum, and I was just hoping and praying, I hope they will still support me if I don't have if I'm not cold, if I don't have a crown. I hope my parents will be okay. So really when Catriona said 17, I really was so shocked and was so happy, and I really cried because again I was thinking of the people on the other side of the camera that were watching. Yes, such a beautiful moment that I can't wait to share to my grandkids one day.
Yes, sir. I have a question lang, Anna. So,
Yes.
during the announcement, isa-isa nang nawawala yung mga perceived frontrunners ng pageant fans. So, were you confident na you will get a crown, or there were still doubts?
Honestly, there was still doubts because if you really look back at the girls that were in the top 13, there was so many that have performed not only on that night but throughout the whole competition. So even though the other girls that were called for the other crowns and the runners-up positions, there was still other girls still next to me. So for example, Karen, Francesca, Graciela, Pat Babista, Josh, they were all still there next to me. So I really thought it could have been anyone's. So I really wasn't expecting it. I think that's why also my stance before I was called, I was still quite shy. I think I was a little hunchback.
Yes.
Yeah.
And now, how did it feel to wake up the next day
Oh
after
my
winning the title?
gosh. Actually, I went to sleep at 6 a.m. because
Mhm.
after I had the crown, after I was crowned by Patch, we had some photos, interviews, and then some of my closest Hanabis were outside waiting for me. So we went and ate, and we went and had burgers and fries. And then by the time I got back to my room, it was already 5 a.m. So then I slept 6 a.m. and then suddenly my tita, it was like a call center. Her phone was going off every few minutes. So I really only had 1 hour's sleep, and I was just thinking, if I fall asleep for longer, maybe I'll wake up. And it was all really a dream. So it was quite a funny few hours after. And then that whole day was super surreal. I went and had lunch, and then already the wait staff there already said, "Oh, you're the one that won last night." And yeah, it was
Kilala ka na nila
surreal.
agad. Kilala ka na nila agad, diba? And now you mentioned earlier that and also in previous interviews that your parents are in Australia. So
Yes, po.
what were the first things that they told you after when you got the chance to talk to them now?
Yes, so after we did our official photo shoot and official interview, I ran and got my phone, and then I video called my parents. But my dad was actually already asleep because it was so late in Australia.
Yes.
So my mom answered, and all of her best friends there, they were having a watch party, and they were just crying and screaming. They also couldn't think of any words because they were just so happy, so proud. And then they just kept on saying, "We're so proud of you, we love you." And that really meant so much to me. I'm just so happy that I helped make their dreams come true also.
And also, the next day after you won, on social media, very usap-usapan that were comparing you to Tia Wurtzbach. They're saying that you look like her younger sister. So how does it feel to be compared next to uh, a Binibini legend?
Oh my gosh. Well, people have been saying that for so long, and I was quite shy to say thank you. When people give compliments, I find it hard to say thank you. So I was quite shy. But the fact that Ati Pia will also agree and call me her mini me, that's when I get so kilig. And the fact that she also believes in me and was so excited, that's when I really felt maybe people are seeing more than just my looks. Maybe they're seeing my potential to win a crown just like her. So that's what I really love about the comparison. So thank you, everyone.
You really
I, I,
look
lo-
like
I, lo- I love this. Yes, Amir.
No
I
joke
love the
though.
sisterhood, no, ng binibini. Even the past queens would always support the current queens. And also, I just want to point out, Patch was your batchmate in the previous Binibini Filipinas edition. So, ano naman yung mga advice or message ni Patch sa'yo right after she crowned?
Actually, right after she crowned me, I think we were just both so emotional because she really knew how much I wanted the Binibining Filipinas International Crown in 2019. So we were just so happy. And I think the next day she was just messaging me right away. She said, you can already reach out to Bint. So Bint is the reigning Miss International. And so I did. I messaged her and Bint replied straight away. And she said she's very excited to meet me. So that was the first advice. And then I'll definitely try meet with Patch very soon so I can hear more about her experience there in Miss International.
Yeah. And now that you mentioned Bint, Bint is one of the sweetest girls I've interviewed. As in, sobrang sweet, sobrang mabait. What, ano yung advice that Bint gave you?
Actually, I haven't spoken too much with her yet. I'm also a bit shy. Maybe she's busy and everything. But I do have a group chat with the other delegates, and we've actually been talking about our country's situations, how the cases are, how each of the girls are feeling, and how their preparations are going. So I find that that's so nice. We really do have this community, this cultural understanding already in the Miss International family.
Ang bilis it's just 11 days since you were crowned and
Yes.
you're already in contact with some of your co-candidates in Miss International. And speaking of Miss
Yes.
International, Amir, ikaw ulit, your questions
Okay,
about
very
Hannah's Miss
God,
International journey.
there's a lot of lives since yesterday and earlier this morning, pero okay yung internet ko. Ngayon lang talaga nagloloko. Anyway, so I think, Hannah, it might be too early for you to be asked about your Miss International preparation, but could you walk us through your plans for your training for the 60th Miss International competition?
Yes. So for those who don't know, one of the great prizes when you win a Binibining Pilipinas crown is you're going to have training with Dale Carnegie. So actually all 6 of us girls are going to start that personality development course this Saturday, and this will run every Saturday until end of August, I believe. So I think that's going to help me so much to really bring out my personality and my confidence to speak when I'm there in Japan. And also my my mentor in Aces and Queens, Tito Jerry, we have already put in an application, an appeal to the Japanese embassy to have some guidance and workshops to learn more about the culture. And actually, I did study Japanese in high school. I have kind of forgotten quite a lot of it, so I will need to have language lessons again. So that will come very soon after all my media interviews slow down a little bit more. And definitely, I need to work on my passerella because, of course, I won't be able to make it to the speech round unless I really capture their eye also. So I will have those trainings starting next week.
Ayun. I think he answered the second question that I was supposed to ask.
Ay, sorry.
Okay, because I was about to ask, because there's a difference between the format of Binibining Pilipinas with Miss International. So that's why I would like to also to ask you, which part of the competition should you focus more during your trainings?
Yes. So like I said, I think well, I'm not sure if Miss International will be the same as previous years, where they were able to really have a lot of activities and really have face-to-face interactions with the organization. So I'm hoping we still have that opportunity. So I really need to bring that cultural understanding, that respect for them. And I think if I'm able to have those meaningful conversations with the organization, that will capture their ears, and then the passerella will capture their eyes. And then hopefully I can make it to that speech round and really show them who us Filipinos are.
Okay, well, Hannah, I'd like to ask, who among the past Miss International beauty queens or winners do you look up to and why?
Oh, definitely. Ati Bea Rose Santiago. She is also a Masbatenya, and really her speech that time, we were really experiencing such darkness here in the country, and the way she kept her grace, her poise, and was able to give such an inspiring message, and use her reign for the betterment of the community. I was just so amazed by her, and I think Masbate is already so excited that I have won this title, but it would be such an amazing gift to bring that back for them also.
Yeah, and hopefully another Masbatinia will win an international crown.
Yes.
Hannah, there's a new tagline of Miss International that is elegant beauty. I just want to know, what is your definition of an elegant beauty?
Ooh, well, elegance really means your abilities to be graceful in how you look, how you speak, and graceful in your actions. So I think an elegant beauty is someone who is still able to be graceful even through these dark times, through this new normal. They're able to remain graceful in these trying times. And I think Miss International will really look for that representative who will continue to bring that hope during these times.
And I believe you have that elegant beauty.
Thank
Yes.
you, Paul.
And
Okay.
before we proceed to the next segment, I just want to point out though, Hannah, you've been referencing a lot about past beauty queens and past binibinis, and I can sense that you really did your homework, your research before you competed again in Binibining Pilipinas. So, pagpatuloy mo lang yan. Good job.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay, so now in this next segment called Ask the Queen, we ask some of your fans to send in their questions and we pick the most interesting one. So we have 5 questions here. So are you ready to answer your fans' questions?
Yes. Thank you to everyone that sent in the questions. I'm sure there was a lot and it would have been difficult to choose. So thank you, everyone.
Yes, so let's start with the easiest one first. So
Okay.
from Jonathan 05023. What is your comfort food?
Ooh, hi Jonathan 05023. If you would like to send me some, joke lang. I really love chicken nuggets. It's so yum, it's so easy to. It's always at parties, Filipino parties. There's always chicken nuggets, and when I am so tired after a long day, I just go through the drive-through and get some chicken nuggets.
Is this why you, Pat, and we're called the Nuggies?
Yes, Pat, Karina, and I, because really, in Araneta City, we're really surrounded by so many amazing restaurants and everything. But really, we would always order nuggets when we're waiting backstage.
Ang sarap. Nagutom
Yeah.
tuloy ako. Okay, let's move forward to the next question. This is from Teresa of Pat Hannah page.
Oh.
As an advocate for education, what is your advice to incoming college students?
Oh, well, hi, Teresa. Thank you for your page. I really love your support. Definitely for incoming college students, you need to make sure you plan out your schedule correctly. I myself made the mistake of leaving everything to the last minute. So please don't do that with your assignments, projects. Really give yourself enough time to understand what you're learning, what you're preparing, and what you're presenting to your professors and teachers. And don't be afraid to ask for help. I'm sure your students, classmates will be willing to help. And definitely have enough sleep.
Okay, the next question is from Love Marie Crown on Facebook, and she asked, if you were a pageant judge, what question would you ask a contestant?
Ooh, hi, Love Marie Crown. Well, one of the questions that I find a little difficult if I were to be asked it would be why do you deserve to win a crown? So if I were a judge, I would love to hear that from the candidates, because everyone has a different story, different backgrounds, different reasons why they think they deserve to win, why they want to win. So I would really love to ask that to as many people as possible.
And the next question naman comes from my friend Paquito. So he wants to ask you, do you think age really matters in joining beauty pageants?
Hi, Paquito. Honestly, I do believe in the saying that as we grow older, we become more wise. However, in beauty pageants, we do have, unfortunately, some age limits, and we do have to listen to those rules and accept that. So, we unfortunately did see some of our Bini Bini sisters have to resign because of their age. So if you are already 18, if you already feel like you have that voice, please don't be afraid to apply for your pageant. You're not too young. Actually, it would be better to join when you're younger. So you have a lot more to learn during your journey. And if you're not able to make it, you can keep on coming back, just like past queens have. So I believe there actually are some beauty pageants for older women, older men, but I think for our national pageants, it is better to join when you're younger.
Yes, and I just want to reference on what you said about you're not being too young. I remember MJ Lastimosa's final walk in 2014, and you remember MJ as a repeater in Binibini, and she mentioned you're never too young and never too old to chase your dreams. So go, go, go,
Wow.
girls!
That's so
And
true.
now, yes, the final question from the fans comes from Adriana Gray. What are your thoughts on backhanded compliments on social media?
Hi, Adriana Grape. I unfortunately have received backhanded compliments, and my advice to people is just laugh at it. Unfortunately, these people are being a little maybe sarcastic with their compliments and their feedback, but just focus on the positive part of it. You've captured their attention for a reason, so maybe secretly they are admiring your efforts. Sometimes I do reply, I do say thank you, but now I do need to limit myself and just focus on the real genuine compliments.
Yes. I have a follow-up on that, Hannah. Do you block bashers?
Yes, actually before I didn't, but now I realized we really do have that power to say no, and we really should teach them a lesson. So I have blocked quite a few in the past few weeks.
Yeah, to avoid toxic people as well.
Yes.
Self-preservation, kumbaga. And now, Hannah, hindi namin palalagpasin ang opportunity na to for you to do our Q&A challenge. So we know that in Miss International, there really is no Q&A round, but a speech round. But we know how well-spoken you are, and so far you've answered all of the questions with ease. So papakabahin ka muna namin in this segment. So we want to take this chance to ask you some thought-provoking questions, and these questions are actually questions that have been asked in previous pageants, especially in Binibining Pilipinas, Miss Universe, and Miss World. So please, we still have a lot of time, so please give us 5 numbers, or 4 na lang muna, 4 numbers from 1 to 10, and then we will ask you the corresponding question. So are you ready?
Yes. I'll just log off now. Ciao. Joke lang.
Biglang naubos na yung data niya. Okay, so first number, please.
Okay. Number 5.
Okay. Number 5, nako. Intense agad. The 2022 Philippine elections are fast approaching. What kind of leaders do you think Filipinos need today?
For me, as a registered voter, I am going to be looking for a leader that has a strong voice, but not a strong ego. They're going to be thinking of the Filipinos first and foremost, and they're going to be giving us hope that there is a positive future for us, especially with this pandemic. I hope that they are thinking more about science, vaccines, and helping all of the communities. And those are the people that I will be looking out for and voting for.
Good job. Okay. 5 is down, so please give us another number, Hannah.
Number 3 po.
Number 3. A little related to the question that was asked to you in Binibini.
Okay.
Why do you think freedom of the press is important?
Well, similar answer to what I said on coronation night. Freedom of the press is definitely important in a democratic country because we really need to see the truth. We need to know what's happening around us, make informed decisions, listen to the thoughts of others, and then decide on how to move forward in our community. So again, like I said in my answer, with the elections, we need to know exactly what is happening around us. We need this truth, and I hope that the press won't be limited. Oh, it's getting a bit political now. I'll stop there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, but that was a really good train of thought. So thank you, Hannah.
Yeah.
Okay, two more numbers, please.
Okay.
Ayan, may nagko-comment na masyado daw political. So sorry po.
Number 7 po.
Okay. Number 7. This is a question that was asked in a previous Binibining Pilipinas pageant. If inner beauty is emphasized in beauty pageants, why are there physical requirements upon joining it?
Ooh. Well, definitely if you were one of the audience members that watched Binibining Pilipinas on July 11, you would see that we were really celebrating such diversity amongst all of the candidates. We do have to respect these pageants that they do have some requirements. That is how they have shaped and developed their queens. So I do respect that. But really, if you did look at all the candidates that were on stage, the 34 girls, we do have different heights. We do have different skin colors, different backgrounds. And it's really something to be celebrated. And I'm also glad that Binibining Pilipinas do have a tagline, Beyond Beauty, and they really emphasized that during my journey. And I hope people that do see beauty pageants as only being the physical beauty, I hope that they will listen more to us and our voices.
Yes, so far so good, Hannah. And finally, one last number.
Number 2 po.
Okay, number 2. This was a question that was asked in a previous Miss Universe edition. Social media has empowered people to express their beliefs, but sometimes those are intolerant and dangerous. Do you think social media should respect free speech? Social media platforms should respect free speech or regulate what people post?
Ooh. Well, honestly, if you do look at social media now, I think they are already monitoring what some people post. So they actually allow us to report something if you think it is dangerous, if you think it's going against their guidelines. But they do also make sure you have that safe space to express yourself. I think we as the users of social media just have to make sure we are using it wisely, that we're not using it against anyone. And for me, myself, I definitely am going to speak my truth on there, but make sure I am not doing anything dangerous on there.
Well said, Hannah.
Alam mo, Drew, no? Kung meron
Yes,
lang
Amir.
ang Miss International at closed door interview, you are ready, Hannah. You are so ready, honestly speaking. Yeah.
Thank you
Okay.
po.
Yes.
Before
Wait
Yes,
lang,
sir.
Amir. May question
Okay.
pa ako. Because the past four questions medyo intense. So I have a really fun question for Hannah. So is it okay, Hannah, if I
Okay.
ask this question?
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, it's one of the 10 questions actually, but hindi mo siya napili. So if there were no rules in your life for one day and you could be outrageous, what would you do aside from eating nuggets?
Oh my gosh. If there was no rules in my life for one day, well, hoping that I wouldn't get in trouble by the police or anyone, it's a bit risque, but maybe I would like to go skinny dipping in one of the beautiful beaches of Masbate because the beautiful water, the beautiful sand, feeling that on your body would be so nice, and it would be a nice way to relax.
Yes, yes. Don't worry, hindi ka mahuhuli kasi no rules for one day.
Yes.
So thank you, Hannah,
You,
for
Hannah.
gamely and bravely answering our Q&A challenge
Thank
question.
you.
And we would like to say thank you, Drew, to all the fans, by the way, for sending all the questions. Yung kaninang mga
Yes.
questions bigay nila sa atin. Anyway, before we proceed to our final set of questions, I just want you to ask a message to all Filipino athletes who will be competing in Japan in this coming Tokyo Olympics.
Yes, oh my gosh. So, to all of these brave, strong athletes representing our country, raising our flag there in the Olympics, we are all behind you. Although we may not be there in the grandstand cheering, we are behind the screens, really rooting for you. We really pray that you will stay safe, that you will remember your reason why you're doing this, remember your passion and how much you enjoy your sport, and we will definitely be here cheering for you. Please bring home many gold medals.
Yes. And hopefully we get to win our very first gold medal in the Olympics this year.
Yes.
Because
Uh,
yes, go Mir.
yes.
Okay, so I think we lost Amir again.
Oh
So I
no.
will ask the next question. So Hannah, as a beauty queen, you are always subjected to a lot of comments and criticisms, especially on social media. So we want to know, how do you handle this criticism? Aside from
Ooh.
what you mentioned
Mhm.
earlier, that you actually block bashers.
Yes. Well, some of these comments, you can't help but laugh at it, that, they've put some effort into it. So, um, some of these I do have to laugh and acknowledge their efforts. But like I said, on social media now, you can even filter out certain words. So if I find something that is not constructive, I will really delete the comment, filter out the words that they use, and then just move on to the positive comments. But if there is someone that is giving constructive criticism, I really do write it down and I take that into account next time I am training and starting my day. So I do hope those that are commenting, giving us advice to your representatives, candidates, please do so in maybe in a kinder manner, and we really truly will listen to you and what you would like us to improve on.
Yeah. And now the next question I'm about to ask is related to Miss International. So you've already hurdled two Binibining Pilipinas editions and finally um, came out victorious in your second try. So, but going into Miss International, Hannah, what is your biggest fear?
Oh, actually, at the moment, I'm not really fearing anything. I feel like if I was able to be myself during Binibining Filipinas and people liked that, then I think I can continue to be myself there in Miss International. Probably a literal fear, though, would be, of course, the COVID virus, that it's still very much there around us. It's invisible. I do hope that um, well, I do know that the organization will look after us well, but it is still a little bit of a real fear.
And now, Amir, go Amir.
Okay. Hannah, just want to ask, what does it mean to win Miss International crown for you?
Oh my gosh. That would be. Oh, I'm honestly like speechless imagining it. It would be not only an amazing gift for myself, it would be our gift for the Philippines. So I don't even know how I would feel honestly. I haven't really pictured myself yet winning that. Because right now I'm still pinching myself about the Binibining Filipinas international crown, which really meant so much for my team, my parents. So this time, if I were to win Miss International, I know that the whole of the Philippines would be so proud, and that would be such a blessing. That and then people would. I know I don't need to prove to anyone anything, but then maybe people would believe in me more, and I would really use that to advocate more for science and education, and it would just mean so much to me. Yes.
God, I'm praying for that for you, Hannah. Now,
Thank
could you
you.
name at least three things that would help you win the Miss International crown?
Ooh, definitely. I'm sure every Miss International that has ever won, of course, number one, had respect for the host country. So I'm really going to bring my understanding of their culture and respect them while I am there. I will bring. Maybe if I can literally bring some Filipino treats, I will bring that to them. Maybe that will help them choose me as a winner. And I think, again, I will just really bring myself that, of course, they know exactly, the girls they have chosen in the past have had such big hearts. And I want to really bring my heart there on that stage.
Yes. And now, Hannah, it's time for our penultimate questions. So, one earlier you mentioned that if you could go back in time and uh, talk to your younger self, you would tell her something. So, let us imagine that there is a time machine and you could talk to your 12-year-old self in the past. What will you tell her?
Oh my gosh. I would tell her, girl, you're going to be a queen one day. No, I would really tell her, the road ahead, it won't be um, easy. It will be filled of ups and downs. There will be people that will tell you no, but stay true to yourself and your dreams will come true.
Yeah. And finally, Hannah, fill in the blanks. I am Hannah Arnold from the Philippines, and I am blank.
Ooh. I am Hannah Arnold from the Philippines, and I am your future scene of the crime operative here in the Philippines.
I love that. I love that.
Yes.
So
And
the answer is
so once again, Hannah, thank you so much for joining
Thank
us on our comeback episode of Mississology Beauty Talks. And we also want to take this opportunity to thank the Binibining Filipinas Charities Incorporated and Araneta management for allowing Hannah to do this interview with us.
Sir Hines, Sir Ray Santos, Sir Leroy, thank you so much.
Yes. Thank you
And
so much, everyone that made this happen.
Yes,
and
and
I'd
Hannah,
like also
before
to
we
say,
let you go,
Drew, I'd like also
yep.
to say thank you to Jessie. Jessie, hi, I hope you're doing well. Jessie, by the way, is doing my makeup during my Miss Becky in My Did series. Hi,
Wow.
Jessie. I miss your
Yep.
makeup. I miss it.
Yeah, and before we let you go, Hannah, we just want to ask you for your message to all the Filipinos and to all your supporters who have been behind you ever since you competed in Binibining Filipinas. So the floor is yours.
Thank you. Oh my gosh. Hello to Hanabis here in the Philippines and around the world. I know there are so many of you. Thank you so much for believing in me every step of the way. Even when there were days that I doubted myself, I would go online and I would see your encouraging messages. And that really motivated me to keep on going. So Thank you so much. You guys never left my side. And I really hope that you enjoyed my performance on July 11. And I hope you will enjoy what I have to offer on the Miss International stage. Thank you to everyone who has ever said hello to me, ever smiled at me. It really means a lot. And I'm so excited to represent the Philippines in the 60th edition of Miss International. Thank you, everyone.
Yep. So thank you once again, Hannah. And may nakalimutan pala akong itanong sa'yo. So I will take this opportunity.
Yeah.
Were you aware that you were actually Missology's top pick in Binibining Pilipinas?
Actually, on the day of coronation, I had a little nap, and then when I woke up, I was looking quickly at Instagram, and I did see it, and I really smiled, but then I didn't want to overthink and overreact. I was just like, it's okay, just chill, girl. So I'm so honored. Thank you.
And
You're
majority
welcome.
of us here from Missology voted for you because we believe in you.
Oh, thank you so much. Oh my gosh, I really hope I can see you in person, but virtual
Yes.
hugs for now.
Yep. And shout out to Stephen of the Miss International organization. Hi, Stephen. If you're watching,
Yes.
Hannah's here. Sayang wala ka today. But once again, thank you, Hannah, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you so much. Thank
Hannah.
you.
Thank
Bye,
you so
Sir Drew.
much.
Bye, Sir Amir. Bye. Ingat, everyone.
To see you soon, Hannah.
So yes, that was it. Or Binibining Pilipinas
Okay, once again,
International. Hannah Arnold. Yes, Amir.
thank you everyone for watching, and thank you again once again, Hannah. Thank you, the BPCI, Sir Leroy and Sir Ray. Thank you so much, Sir Hines. Thank you so much.
Yep. And if you want to watch all our previous episodes, you can go to our Facebook page or YouTube channels. You can also listen to us on our podcast on anchor.fm and on Spotify. This episode will be available on that platform in a few hours. So see you once again next time and good day.
Thank you everyone for watching. Thank you. Please support my Oxen family artist. Hello, guys.